Welcome back, guys, to another episode of Film Frenzy with your hosts, Grant and Nicholas.
Hello, everybody.
On this week, we're going to cover our Agree to Disagree weekly watch and then our main movie, which this week is Bone Tomahawk. So, we're excited to get into this one. And without further ado, I guess we'll send it to Nick's for our Agree to Disagree.
My agree to disagree this week was The Wrestler, a 2008 film, and its rating is a 99%, which was very high.
Is that on Rotten Tomato?
Yes. The film is about a wrestler called Randy the Ram Robinson, played by Mickey Rocker, Whiplash, or whatever, from the Iron Man movie, number 2. I forget how to say his last name. But he is a wrestler who is long time past his prime, but slowly starts to kind of fall out of his rhythm. And after taking a bunch of brutal beatings, he decides to hang up his tights and build a long-term relationship with a stripper, played by Maurice Tomei. And he also tries to interact and regain his friendship with his daughter, his estranged daughter, Evelyn Rachel Wood. But after some time of being out of the ring, he decides maybe he wants to go back to the ring, and the movie ends with him doing a pile driver. And that's how the movie ends, but you can see in his face he's in pain as he's performing the last moves. I'm going to be honest with this. I agree very much of the 99% on the Rotten Tomatoes. It is one of the better films for wrestlers out there because not only does it show like the brutal aspect of it, WWE might be scripted, but in the long run, they are beating themselves up and taking certain hits that they just have to do for real because you can't fake it. And it does really well at showing a wrestler and how as you get older, you've only known wrestling, you've only done wrestling your whole entire life, and what are you supposed to do afterwards if your body can't handle it anymore? And it shows you that, loneliness and, struggling to find yourself once that career is done. And it's a wonderful movie, and I will say it is Mickey's best career performance that I've seen out of him, because he just shows all the aspects of a wrestler that most people don't know about.
Is that based off a true story?
Uh, I was looking that up earlier, and I couldn't find anything. It is I think it's just most wrestlers. A lot of people. I saw one that said it was more similar to Jake the Snake Robinson or whatever. I think maybe it's just Jake the Snake, based on his life. But I really didn't see any wrestler for sure that they based it off of. It was just more of what are you supposed to do after you've done something your whole entire life and now you physically can't do it anymore.
Yeah, a lot of those sports type people do that. I mean, I remember when Joe Paterno wanted to retire, he was nervous because he was like, what am I supposed to do after football? That's my entire life.
Yeah.
So.
Besides this movie, the only other movie that I honestly think has done a better representation of wrestler movies is The Iron Claw with that family. That's the best one I've seen. But this one, I agree with it. It should be as high as it is. It shows you the aspects of everything to do with wrestling.
I never really got into the wrestling movies. I watched a couple of the boxing ones, but I watched that the TV show with the Young Rock.
Yeah,
I watched bits and pieces
yeah.
of that with the whole WWE aspect. But wrestler movies, I haven't watched a lot of them. I feel like there's not a lot, unless they're WWE characters.
Yeah, and there really isn't. I mean, and that's why I think if you haven't seen this movie, you guys should go watch it because it is, like I said, his best performance for as an actor, if anybody knows who Mickey is, he's not known for being the best character in movies and everything like that. But this movie, he did outstanding, and he just showed what it's like to be a wrestler in the 80s, trying to take drugs to get the pain away so you could actually keep wrestling and things like that.
Yeah, I thought he was pretty good in Iron Man as Whiplash.
Yeah, and he also did good in The Expendables.
I don't know what it is about that movie. It had such a good cast, but I never really liked the Expendable movies.
Yeah, I feel like that's more of a if you like action, watch it. If you don't, you're not gonna like it.
Yeah, I know. Like, I like action movies, but like, there's other action movies I'd much rather watch.
I'd
I
agree.
I think it's because there's like maybe it's because the storyline is kind of stinks. They put all their money into actors and didn't
Yeah,
really think through the storylines. But I mean, if you made any Expendables, then you're a pretty good actor for that time period. I mean,
yeah,
especially in action movies, that's his specialty. He's
yeah. He did really good in those.
got anything else on the movie, Nick? Just other than tell people to watch it. I mean,
No, yeah, it's I like I said it really shows you what it's like to be a wrestler struggling through loneliness and getting older and always feeling pain and stuff. It's if you're not into wrestling, you probably won't like it because it has to do with wrestling and like more WWE than boxing or anything like that. But it's a
is
definitely go watch.
is it like an actual wrestling movie, or is it like you ever seen All American? How like it's a football TV show, but like it's like 15% football and 85%
Uh,
off the field.
maybe I would say it's more 70-30. I mean, they show plenty of wrestling in it because that is the whole point of it. But they do show a lot of the behind of like struggling and making it in this career, especially back in that time when being a wrestler you weren't paid as much to be a wrestler.
Mm-hmm. Well, that was a great agree to disagree, Nick. So I'm happy we finally found one we agreed with. We have had two that we
Yeah,
disagreed with so far, but I guess that's what happens whenever you actually pick a good movie for once instead of the two 1%ers that we chose.
yeah.
So if you're sick of talking or want to tell me what you've watched recently, it's up to you.
No, I can tell you what I've been watching recently.
All right, what you been watching, Nix?
Uh, I've been watching a little bit of everything. I've been watching Family Guy. It's just my
Classic,
go-to.
good
My
fill-in.
go-to. Yep, my go-to at night right before bed. And other than that, I haven't really been watching stuff. I've been listening to a lot of audiobooks here recently.
Anything interesting?
Well, as people will learn listening to me talk and my interest, I'm into supernatural things and
Nix is a big
uh
skinwalker guy.
yep, big skinwalker, Bigfoot, anything like that. Uh there was two audiobooks that I read this week that they were by the same author, R. Garley. I don't know how to pronounce his last name, but they're called the Devil Hunt. It's called the Devil Hunters and the Bigfoot Hunters, and it's pretty much about they run a show called the Cryptid Hunter, but secretly they really do go out and hunt cryptids. Like their TV show is just a cover, and it's pretty good because it's not just like Bigfoot comes out of the woods and kills you, rah. It does really good. Like in Bigfoot Hunter, they hunt Bigfoot, but Bigfoot's got rabies, so he goes from a gentle giant to a ram, just wanting to kill everything in his sight. And they haven't dealt with this before, so that was really good. And hunting the devil, they go after the Jersey Devil, which I won't tell you what happens, but it's a twist, and then you're like, oh, I never would have thought about that. They were both really good.
So it's kind of like the Bigfoot one kind of reminds me of like Cocaine Bear.
Yeah, kinda. It's pretty much they hunt this Bigfoot who has rabies, so it makes him more enraged and just hunger driven.
Kind of like the
And after
cocaine man.
yeah, and after they kill this one Bigfoot, they realize that the whole tribe got rabies. So they go from fighting one Bigfoot to like 12. And it just turns from this is an easy job to pure chaos.
Sounds interesting.
Yeah.
Next always has like the weirdest like you're just like, oh yeah, I was listening to an audiobook today, and it's just like something you would not expect a normal person to listen to. Like,
Yeah. But hey, man, they're fun to listen to.
and I'm guessing you officially finished the Scream book.
I did. I did. I moved on to another book.
What was your rating on the Scream book?
Uh, I'd give it. I'd give it a 9. It did really well with all the aspects of each Scream up until number 7, but they can't really talk about number 7 because it's not done yet. But
And I'm so excited for number 7. There was
yes,
another sequel or something that's supposed to come out soon that I was excited for. I don't remember what it was.
Ready or Not. Ready or Not 2.
Mm. Yep, that was one. But I thought there was another one, and I was like,
Oh.
oh, I didn't even realize that they're making this into a sequel. I haven't seen Black Phone 2 yet. I wanted to see that one, but I don't know how well that'll be. I mean, the guy's dead. Like,
Yeah.
I know that they're trying to do like the whole like, oh, he's haunting you, but like, I don't know. I feel like you should just let it die then, or get a new person
Yeah.
or something.
Exactly.
Well, I've been up to watching. For some reason, we had a kick to watch the Ice Age movies. Still have not watched. Well, I've seen it, but we haven't watched Continental Drift yet. Which I don't. I'm mixed about that one because it's not as good as the originals, but I still love that movie.
Yeah, I understand.
Like, I don't know if it's the whole like pirate scheme because I like pirate movies, and like I like playing like Assassin's Creed Black Flag. I love that one.
Yeah.
Like Sea of Thieves. Like, maybe it's just because I like pirate stuff that I just like thought it was a good. I like it like that.
Exactly.
But I don't know. Been watching the Ice Age movies. I got up to the Fate and the Furious, which is the eighth
Ooh.
Fast and Furious movie.
It's a lot of movies.
Yeah, it is. And one of the things that always makes me laugh is, oh, I forget what her name, Letty, which is Vin Diesel's wife, girlfriend in the movie. She always makes fun of Marvel movies, saying, "Oh, they just need to let that franchise die. They just keep coming up with bad ideas." When there's about to be 12 Fast and Furiouses or something like that.
Yeah, but they keep saying this last one's gonna be back to the original. I'll wait till I see it.
I don't believe that any of them will be back to the original, especially without Paul Walker.
Yeah, they keep saying like they're gonna bring him back in a way, and I'm like, how?
Well, they did CGI him for half of the 7th movie.
Yeah,
but like
with his help of his brothers, yeah.
I feel like that's just not right to like CGI a dude who's been dead for how many years now into a new movie. Like, it just seems unethical.
And how I see it too, that's his legacy. I mean, like,
yeah, and like not only that, but like, actors get paid for their stuff. So are they at least gonna give like his family the money, or like, are they just like, oh yeah, free actor, we're gonna make a crap ton of business off of this, and he's not actually in it.
Yeah, and don't get me wrong, I know Paul Walker has done a lot other than Fast and Furious with his foundations and things like that, but I mean, it's just.
But like Fast and Furious is like the Paul Walker movie. Like,
yeah, like I remember seeing the one interview with him, and he was like, he loves when people came up to him and called him Brian. Like that was his favorite thing.
And not only that, but one of his favorite things in life was cars. So like the Fast and Furious movie is like, he didn't even have to act. That was him. Like, so like the fact that they're just gonna bring him back as CGI, like, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't. We'll see how it goes.
And I guarantee you this isn't the last one, because this one's supposed to be released in 2027, and they've been recording it for like 3 years now. Like, it better be a damn good movie. I mean, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
They're not all great. I mean,
Yeah.
Actually, my favorite one doesn't even really have Vin Diesel in it, and Paul Walker's not even in it. I love Tokyo Drift.
To Adrift, yeah.
I love Lucas Black in it. I think he plays it amazingly.
Yeah.
With that like southern boy who goes to Tokyo obsessed with cars and
Yeah. Yeah, I don't disagree with you. I mean, yeah, I don't know how they're going to do it without him because of the impact he had on that franchise.
yeah, and not only that, but like they did like they closed them out perfect. Like grown men cry at
Yep.
the end of Fast and
Yep.
Furious 7 when they have like a
Yep.
CGI him and it's like they part ways on the roads and everything. Like why ruin that by trying to and it better be good CGI. Like it better not just be like it kind of looks like him but not really. Like
Yeah.
so
Yeah, I know what you mean.
I don't know. I mean I've been watching them. It's kind of the same movie over and over again after a while. Um
Yeah.
I'm still going to finish them. I paid for all 11 of the movies, so then I've finally started catching up on Stranger Things.
Oh, I already watched season 5. 5, yeah.
Oh, you did? Well, don't spoil
I
anything.
watched all 5 episodes. Oh, 4. Sorry, 4, not 5.
I have gotten through 1.5 seasons so far, but
What season are you on?
two. I'm
Mm.
I'm on. I'm halfway through season 2. It's just like I've learned I need to watch it in increments. After I got past the first half of the first season, I was able
Yeah.
to binge watch it a bit more. But the
Yeah.
initial like reintroducing the characters and like I hate to skip those episodes, but like I'm trying to
Exactly.
catch up on the show. I haven't seen it in a year and
Yep.
a half. Like I'm trying to remember as much as I can, so I'm just gonna watch it, suffer through it as much as I can.
You better pay attention to season 2. Someone comes back.
Hey, shut up.
I didn't spoil anything. I just said somebody comes back.
Oh, shut
That's all
up.
I said.
Don't say that.
Don't say what.
Anything about it. I'm trying so hard to catch up just to watch these. Don't ruin it for me.
Here's a spoiler for you.
No.
Vecna's in it.
I'm not watching it now. I refuse. I was hoping he would just exit out of the show. It was just
exit stage left.
he just leaves and everybody's happy for a season. Why can't we just have that?
Yeah. Just leave my boy Steve alone.
I got three people. Three people that I'm like, please just leave them alone. You think you can guess them?
Steve.
Yep, Steve's one. Which I'm thinking about buying an old wooden baseball bat and making his bat for the Nerve Cave. I think that'd be cool.
Yeah.
I mean, I already have Lucille from The Walking Dead, so I think it would be cool to have.
Yeah, I like when Steve's like, he's like, "Is that you, Harrington?" He's like, "Yeah, don't cream your pants."
Dude, I just love Steve. I mean, he was a dick in the beginning, but now he's just like, he's the guy.
Let me guess. Number 2 is Lucas.
No.
Oh, okay. You're still in season 2 though, so I'm trying to think.
Well, I've watched up until the end of 4. I'm just rewatching to catch up.
Is there any of the girls?
No.
No girls. Okay. What's his name? Why can't I think of his name? It's not Will.
No.
Oh my God, Dustin.
Yep.
Yeah.
Dustin grew on me because of the Steve Dustin combo of, especially when he comes into the ice cream shop and he's like Henderson.
Yeah. I can't think of. And Hopper. Yep.
Yeah. I mean.
Yeah. Those are my three.
Legend.
Yeah.
The guy's a legend. I mean.
Yeah.
One of my favorite films, other than that, is Violent Night.
Yep.
I mean, like, the dude just can play anything. He can be the comedian.
He can.
What was that one? I don't know if you've seen it. He's a ghost in this kid's attic.
Yeah. The Haunted House something. It's on Netflix or was.
I thought it was called like Ghost or something. Or
We Have a Ghost.
Yeah. Well, I thought We Have a Ghost. I thought that was the TV show where they just like have like 10 ghosts. I could be wrong. I know there's a TV show where they have like 10 ghosts. My mom likes to watch it. every once in a while I walk in and I'm like, what is going on? And she's like, this house has like 30 ghosts and only one person can see them.
Yeah, it's We Have a Ghost.
Oh, I think the other one might be like We Have Ghosts or something.
Or my
Or Ghosts.
2023. Yeah, it might be Ghost. Is that the one where they have a motel
No,
or
they
like
have
a
like
B and
a
B, a B
mansion.
and yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like a yeah. I know what you're talking about.
And there's like people the whole way from like the Renaissance
Yeah.
period to like.
Hey, I like the. Hey, that show's pretty good.
I've
On
only
like
watched
the
a couple. Like
fourth and
I've watched like a couple, and I'm like, okay, I can watch this, and then I'm like, I got too much other stuff to watch, and then I just don't.
yeah, yep. I understand that. I have a huge list I gotta watch and just
And one of the
can't get
ones
to them all.
I can't get through so far, like I've been watching, is Naruto. I mean,
Oh,
I like it, I really do, but like, there's two TV shows that add up to 800 episodes.
yeah, I know what you mean.
Like, I mean, I made it through the first season. I made it through the first 100 episodes of the second season of the second show. So now I have like 400 episodes left, and I'm like,
Yep.
I just wish like, and I think the big thing that pisses me off about like, it's not even Naruto, it's most animes, and I think this is one reason why I don't really like them, is they rely on filler episodes so much.
Yes.
Like, like I watch stuff like Breaking Bad, Walking Dead. Like they have their filler episodes, or even
Yeah.
like filler scenes that like don't really matter, but they're just like we need to eat up the hour. But I kid you not, in Naruto, I think the math is like 60% of the episodes are filler,
Mm.
and I'm like, so like they'll just like do random tasks. Like they're like, oh, hey Naruto, can you go catch my dog? And I'm like. I watched 20 minutes of this guy chasing after a dog that somewhat talks. Like, that's all the episode is.
I feel like that's how anime is though.
Yeah, and I know, but like, and like, I'm not one that I'm just gonna be like, oh, well, this isn't part of the storyline. I'm just gonna skip it.
Yeah.
Like, if I'm gonna watch a show, I'm gonna watch the whole show.
No matter
But
how
like,
painful it is.
yeah, like, I mean, there's still cool stuff in some of the fillers, and that's why I'm afraid to skip them because they're still like, oh, well, he learned a new ability in this filler episode.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know. It's just a lot of my time. Don't get me wrong. If I were to watch 6 hours of Naruto, I could watch 20 episodes.
Yeah.
I mean, they're short episodes. It's
Yeah, I know
just
what you mean.
it's just the having to watch. Not even having to. It's just the trying to stay focused on that many filler episodes. It's just it loses it for me. And then I have shows like Stranger Things where I'm like,
Mm.
I need to watch it by a certain time, so then I don't want to. And the other one I have to watch and I haven't been able to. Or I've watched the first 2 seasons, but they just released a new one, Outer Banks. I don't know if you like that one or not.
I wasn't a big fan of it.
I liked it. But I think the other thing that hurts me with those is like Stranger Things. I knew that this was the last season, so now I kind of want to wait for it to all be out. That way I can binge watch it and then just be done. And I think I'm at the same place with Outer Banks because next season is supposed to be the last season, and they're supposed to be for like 4 seasons, 5 seasons, something like that. So like, if because I'm always afraid that I'm like, oh, it's a new season, I'm gonna rewatch this to catch up, and then I forget about it for a year, and then I'm like, oh, I have to watch the whole show again in order to watch the newest season. Like,
Yeah.
I don't want to do that. So yeah, that's the other one I want to do. It's a good show. I've heard great things about the new season. I just haven't gotten around to it, and I really think it's because the new one's supposed to be released next year, and I'm like, I can just wait till then, watch all the episodes, and then be done.
Yeah, I understand.
Well, I guess weekly watch. For weekly watch, we're gonna do like, whatever you watch, read. I have been itching to get back into Assassin's Creed, and I don't know why.
I mean, I don't blame you. They're a good group of video games.
And the new ones are like Naruto.
Yeah,
I mean,
I've heard that.
Like, I played, I think it was Odyssey. I think Odyssey.
Yeah, Odyssey was very big on that. Yeah.
Odyssey's the one with the Greeks, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Odyssey took me 153 hours to complete.
Hmm.
And like that's a lot of time. And I mean like I did a lot of the side missions. I think my
Yeah.
completion rate was like 95% in the game. And like the rest of the stuff I literally couldn't find anything else to complete the game.
Yeah.
So I don't know what I was missing, but like I was just like, okay, next game. And
Yeah.
like the originals, I could, like my favorite one of all time is Assassin's Creed 3 with like the British and you're in like the New England area. But and the other thing I liked is like it took me a while to complete the game, but I think it was like 70 hours for the whole game. Like that's not bad. Like
No.
I played Odyssey for 3 years or something crazy like that because like I'm not gonna put 150 hours like consecutive. Like that's insane.
Yeah.
The other one I started playing was Origins and Valhalla, but they're the same exact thing as Odyssey. Like it's like I looked it up and like the average play time for the game is like 120 hours. I'm like, what? Like, cause like I like to do some of the side, like not all of them. Like some of the side stuff is like go collect 100 papers, and I'm like I'm not doing that. But then other ones are like, these fun missions that like they're just side missions, but they're so much fun. They're like chase downs and like different stuff like, and you get to fight different animals like those beasts. So like, I gotta play those, but yeah, I've been itching to get back into these. I wish that there was a way, just a cheap way, I gotta say, just to get all of the Assassin's Creeds, and I could just play them whenever I wanted.
Yep.
Just a big bundle back.
Yeah.
But all right, I guess time to get into the main movie, Bone Tomahawk. I guess first things first, I like this movie. It was a good movie. Nix?
I have mixed reviews about it.
Yeah, I mean, like, it's definitely not top, but I still thought it was a pretty decent movie. Like, I definitely watch it again. I also have mixed opinions about it. Yeah. But, so Bone Tomahawk is a movie filmed in 2015, and the genre's horror. Cast is Kurt Russell, Patrick Wilson, Richard Jenkins, and Matthew Fox. And what's the name of Dewey?
David Arquette.
Yes, and David Arquette. But he's not really in it. Like, he's in it for the first, like,
he's one of those guys that you're like, hey, I know him. And then you're like, oh, wait, nope, never mind.
Yeah, never mind, he's dead.
Yeah.
I couldn't tell you a movie that's popular with Kurt Russell. But Patrick Wilson...
come on. You know movies that he's popular in.
I can't think of one off the top of my head.
I can think of two off the top of my head. The Thing and Sky High.
Yes, he's the dad in Sky High.
And The Thing is just a classic John Carpenter horror film. I mean,
yeah. And Patrick Wilson, I think that's him. He's the one from The Conjuring and from Insidious movies. And Richard Jenkins, that's the old man, isn't it?
Yes.
Who is that the dad from Step Brothers?
I want to say yes.
I think that's who that is. But anyway, great cast. Director is Craig Zahler, but it's a great cast. That's why I was like excited to watch it, and plus horror movie. Obviously, Patrick Wilson's in it. It's a horror movie. That's his specialty. But like, I was just excited because they're not exactly a group of people who go together very much in those movies. So in Bone Tomahawk, I'm gonna do a short summary with some detail, and then we're gonna talk about our opinions. And in Bone Tomahawk, there's two men, and they what they do for a living is kill and rob people. They like the movie starts out with these people like slitting these random people's throats, robbing them, and then the one person's still alive, so the other robber shoots him. And because they shot him, they start hearing people come towards them. So they quick like run away, and they stumble upon this like native ritual area where one of the robbers gets shot in the neck with an arrow and dies. He like pulls his Adam's apple out and like dies. Like this movie's super graphic. Um, and the other guy who is, what's his name? Nix. Dewey.
Oh, David Arquette.
David Arquette. David Arquette's character runs away because his partner just died. So he runs to the nearest town, buries the stuff that they stole in the ground, and he goes over to the bar. The sheriff comes over because he's like acting super suspicious. I mean, obviously he robbed people and now he's in this town, and he kind of like freaks out because the sheriff's questioning him. Tries to run, so the sheriff shoots him in the foot, and he falls over, slams his head off the ground, passes out. So the sheriff takes him to prison, calls in the doctor. Was like, "Hey, can you like fix this person up?" And so the doctor and one of the police sheriffs, under sheriff people, stay there and overnight while the sheriff goes home. The doctor, who is Patrick Wilson's wife, or his name is O'Dwyer.
Yeah.
Well, that's his last name, but they called him O'Dwyer
Arthur.
on movie. Arthur O'Dwyer. Arthur O'Dwyer's wife is the doctor who's staying in the prison overnight trying to fix up David Arquette's character. The next morning, the sheriff comes in, who's Kurt Russell, and there's a dead stable boy. The three people from the prison are missing, including the prisoner. So at this point, they're kind of thinking that the prisoner like killed some people and stuff, until they find an arrow laying around and they take it to one of the native experts and they're like, "Hey, do you know what this is from?" And he says that it's this group of natives that pretty much just like can kill anybody, and they're cannibals, and he kind of like directs them of where they live. So the four men, including Kurt Russell, Patrick Wilson, Richard Jenkins, and Matthew Fox, which is, to sum them up, the Matthew Fox is Doc. He's in Lost, by the way. I don't know if anybody's ever seen that. He's the main guy in Lost, but he is the guy who brought Patrick Wilson's wife over. So he feels guilty about her getting kidnapped, so he decides he's going to go look for them. And then Kurt Russell, who's a sheriff, obviously he's going to go. Richard Jenkins is Richard Jenkins is the second-hand sheriff, and he's like, wherever the sheriff goes, I go. And then Patrick Wilson, who has a bum leg because he fell off of this roofing job he was doing. He wants to go look for his wife. So, I mean, at this point, it's just four people. They all seem like they're pretty handy with themselves. Patrick Wilson's character, O'Dwyer, he's like, you can just predict that he's going to be a problem because of his leg. So, four of them go out, and it's just like, for the first night, everything's calm. Second night, like, they meet these, like, wanderers who, Doc gets kind of, like, antsy, and he just kills them. And he's like, I don't trust any of these people. And, like, Doc, you find out later, like, he's just a killer. Like, he doesn't like the natives. He doesn't really like anybody except for the townspeople. And he claims he's like killed like 125 natives or something like that.
Yeah.
So the sheriff gets really pissed off, and he's like yelling at Doc, and he's like, why'd you kill them? They were giving up their weapons and everything. He's like, I just didn't trust them. So they decide to go to a different area, which is like a safer area because they have like a mountain to their back, and then they can set up traps in the front, and that way they can feel like they can sleep better. And then in the middle of the night, Doc gets attacked by what we're guessing is a third member of the men that he killed. And I think Doc gets stabbed in the side or something. Like, it's not like a deep cut. It's just like he just got stabbed through the like his little fat roll in the side or something like that. And O'Dwyer wakes up and shoots the guy and saves Doc's life. After that, they decided that if they're gonna sleep, it's gonna be during the day, and they're just gonna walk all night. Because of this event with the man that came to stab Doc, he also let the horses go and hurt Doc's horse. So now these four men are stranded out here with no horses. And Doc, being the guy he is, he loved his horse, but like the time period, the horse is hurt, kill the horse. So they kill the horse and they just start walking. And at this point, we already know like O'Dwyer's leg's really messed up. And so they send him ahead and he starts walking ahead of everybody. And then they catch up and then they pass O'Dwyer and then they meet up at camp again. And Doc has this like fantasy with O'Dwyer's wife. And he's pretty much like, hey, whenever we're done with your wife, I'm giving her a fat smooch or something like that. And O'Dwyer gets really pissed off, throws a haymaker at him, hits him, but then he like breaks his leg and like his bones sticking out of his leg. So they decide to pop it back into place and give him this drug that like, you know, it pretty much knocks him out, makes him feel no pain for a little bit. And with that being said, they leave him there because he's just useless at this point. Like, he's just going to slow him down. So the three men carry on. And they stumble upon horse tracks, which are the horses that the natives stole in the beginning. And then out of nowhere, they just get ambushed. Like, Doc gets... He gets, like, hit with a couple rocks, and he's like, falling down, bleeding. And then he just, like, gets hit in the wrist, and, like, blood just starts pouring out of his wrist.
Yeah, I was a little confused by that.
Yeah, I didn't understand that either. But then the sheriff, Kurt Russell, he gets shot by an arrow. And so they will go over to Doc. You know, they manage to kill 2 of the natives as they're getting attacked. And Doc pretty much is like, hey, give me a stick of dynamite. I'll kill as many as I can. And I think Doc maybe kills one more or he just dies. I don't remember.
I think he just dies.
I remember that. I think it was his plan to shoot some more, but I think Doc just ends up dying. I don't think any
he
of them
just dies from blood loss.
Yeah. And, you know, the sheriff, like, breaks the arrow out of his arm. So now he's walking around with an injury. And so they, the other 2 men, like, try to keep advancing. And then they just get knocked out of the blue by these 2 other natives. And they get dragged, or the screen just, like, goes dark for a little. And they end up getting dragged to the natives' base. In the base, we now see the 2 men, which are the sheriff and the undersheriff. And then they're in a cell, and which these cells are just made out of, like, big logs, would you say? That, like,
yeah,
the natives are just, like, bashing in nails with their hands. Like, these are just rough people. Like, you do not want to get in a fight with these people. And across in the cell is one of the sheriff's undermen and the doctor from the beginning who got kidnapped. And they were asking if the prisoner was with them. And they said, well, the prisoner was the first to go and the natives ate him. And at this point, they're like, okay, these people really are cannibals. What's happening next? And they can tell the sheriff or the deputy that was kidnapped with the doctor is like, he's not doing too good. Like, he's talking really funny. And he's just like moaning and groaning, like he's not doing well. And right after that, the natives come in, rip him out of the cage, get him buck ass naked, hang him up by his ankles, and just start cutting him in half from the middle down with a machete. and then they drag him away. We're assuming to be eaten. Uh, I can't see why he wouldn't be eaten.
Yeah.
Um, and then it just cuts away, and O'Dwyer just like wakes up. So at this point, you're thinking like, you can kind of guess like O'Dwyer's gonna come, maybe save the day. Maybe the whole movie would end with everyone just dying. Who knows? Um, the then it cuts back into the prison, and O'Dwyer just pretty much like starts following the trail of the other men, and so it cuts back to the prison area where they have that um, medicine that made O'Dwyer sleep that they gave him just a little bit of. They have that in a flask that they try to decide that they're going to poison some of these cannibals. So, like, the sheriff pretends to start drinking, and the other guy's like, no, let me have some. I want some final drink. And the natives come over, and they, like, take turns doing shots of this. And the doctor was like, so the first one that took the first sip, he'll get knocked out for a while. The second one will die, and the third one will have no effect. And they're just like, that. So they start, and they ask the doctor how many people there are, which that's the one thing I didn't like. How does she know how many there are? Like,
yeah.
But she's just like, there's about 12 and 2 women that are blinded and handcuffed in the right outside the prison gate. So I'm guessing that the natives just have their women give birth and then they just run with the men, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was weird. But then they cut back to O'Dwyer, who's like still walking. He manages to kill a couple of the cannibals, and then they pan over to the cannibals coming back, and they're all pissed off because one of their brothers are dead because they killed him with the poison. And so they rip the sheriff out, and they just start like, they did something to his leg first, and then he grabs the gun, or he's got the sheriff's gun in his hand, and he shoots the sheriff in the leg, and then he's sitting there trying to shoot him in the stomach, but he can't figure out how to reload it because they don't use guns. And then he finally figures it out after playing with it enough, because it's one of those, like, what are they called, Nix, where it's like
lever actions.
Yeah, it's a lever action, and he's just sitting there playing with it, and it manages to do the lever randomly, and then he shoots the sheriff in the stomach. And then you start hearing another gunshots, and here comes O'Dwyer crawling in, and he kills like 2 or 3 more cannibals. At this point, we know that the sheriff's not going to make it, so the sheriff says, hey, you guys just go back to town. They know where the town is, so I'm going to stay here and kill the rest. So then he says to the older sheriff man, which I think this is one of the best lines in the movie. The older sheriff, it's the under the sheriff, it's like the secondary sheriff. His wife died. Yeah, but like they called him like second sheriff or something, like the whole movie. But basically his wife died, and so the sheriff was like, "Hey, I need you to do me a favor. Take the O'Dwyers back to the town, and you say you say goodbye to my wife, and I'll say hello to yours." And I was like, that is just like top tier. Like, I don't know who came up with that, but I just thought that was great. Like, the fact that he's just like, hey, I'll go tell your wife who's in heaven. He's thinking of you. You tell my wife, then I'm always thinking of her. Like, it's just great. But the O'Dwyers and the second sheriff leave as they're, 20 minutes away. They hear 3 more gunshots, and they're, it's like, oh, he killed the last 3, and then the movie ends. So, I like this movie. Some of the things I didn't like, the cannibals had this like thing in their neck that made this loud screeching sound, and I didn't understand that.
Yeah.
I don't know what sound it was. It was just like there was no reason for it. But I mean, it helped O'Dwyer though. I think maybe that was the reason they added it. But it was almost like this,
Yeah,
like it was like their call for help, like their siren. But it was like this bone that was built into their neck that would make this whistle. And like O'Dwyer like rips it out of their throat and then uses it as a like it's just it's such a weird thing that it was in this movie. Um,
yeah, I'd agree with that.
so that was one of the things I didn't like. Like obviously cannibals are real. I mean, Ed Gein, stuff like
Yep.
that. But like, and I'm sure that there are native people somewhere that are cannibals. But just to make them scream for like no reason, like I don't know, I didn't really like that. But
Yeah.
I mean, like I don't mind graphic movies. Like I love the Saw movies, so like the graphic didn't bother me. Um, but I liked it. Other than, I gave it a 7.5 out of 10.
Hmm.
Um, I only gave it that because like uh, it was still a cannibal movie at the end of the day, and like
Yeah.
I don't know. It was just it was one of
I
the
know you
better
still.
cannibal movies I've seen.
I about to say you still haven't got over Green Inferno.
Yeah, I was actually gonna bring that up because I've seen other like cannibal movies and like Green Inferno. I hated that movie. I don't know what it was. I can deal with the gore. That movie made me sick to my stomach, and I don't know why.
Yeah, I don't. That
And,
one was very graphic.
yeah, and like, but like I can deal with graphic, like, but like that, I don't know what it was, and you know, maybe like people will argue like, well, if you don't like that, then you're not really a movie lover or something like that. But like that was just too far. And the director, I forget what his name is of Green Inferno, but I hated that.
Mm.
Like, he just it's not the only one he made like that. Like he's the one who makes the Hostel movies, all three of them, where people like go to London or something and they get kidnapped and just pretty much beat up and killed by random people because that's what they do for fun. Like he that's just his whole thing. Like that's his whole personality. He doesn't know how people
Yeah.
talk in real life. Like but this isn't about Green Inferno. I'm just saying I hate Green Inferno and com, if I had to watch a cannibal movie, this is a 10 out of 10 compared to Green Inferno. But I would rate Green Inferno a 0 if I could. Like but this I give a solid 7.5. There was stuff I didn't like. It's not one of my favorite movies. I did like the acting, but like some of the things I didn't like. Patrick Wilson's character, you need to tell me he walked 3 to 4 days on a broken leg.
Yeah.
Like I get it, there's like adrenaline with it too, of like my wife's
Yeah.
kidnapped, but like adrenaline does not last 4 days. And like you
Yeah.
could tell he's in pain for some of it, but like at some point your body just wouldn't let you move. Like and he had a crutch, but like I mean, come on. One crutch won't do it that much, especially when you're in a rocky terrain like that. Like,
Exactly.
but yeah, I liked it. Next, what you like, didn't like?
Well, I mean, I liked it because I'm into Western movies. I guess that wasn't really a Western movie,
Well, it was a Western movie.
but I enjoyed it. I mean, I always enjoy Kurt Russell because I like him as an actor, and along with all the other actors in the film, I like them as actors. So it's always good, like you said, seeing big names in the same movie. Um,
And I
I
also like
mean,
that none of them tried to steal like I'm the top character. Like they're all good actors, but none
the
of them were like
spotlight.
I'm
Yeah,
the main character, which I feel like a lot of movies tend to do. Where they're like, oh,
yeah,
we have a lot of good characters. Like even the Expendables, Sylvester Stallone is the main. Like they follow along
yeah,
him the most. Like,
yeah, exactly.
but this one they just spread out the roles, which was nice. And like they're not afraid to kill off actors that you know.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, I liked it. It was a decent film that showcase a lot of the actor skills, and like you said about the cannibals, the whole noise thing that's in their throat. I mean, I don't know if that was a birth defect or if they implanted it in them. I'm not really sure what that was. Because, I mean, he ripped it out of their tracheas. So I don't know if their tracheas were just, that's how they're born. I wasn't really sure about how that happened, like you said. And I thought it was kind of weird that the guy, uh, Arthur, knew about it, even though he wasn't the doctor. It was his wife who's the doctor. I thought that was kind of weird that he knew how to slice the throat open and what bone to pull out in that moment. But
Well,
maybe she told him. I don't know.
well, no, I think he shot the guy in the throat and exposed it, so he saw it and he
Mm.
was like, "What's this?" And then he pull it out and look like a whistle type thing. He's like, "I bet this is out there," but like, it's still like, who's gonna do that?
Yeah, and it was one of those things for me too that I kind of like Stephen King movies. I felt like the ending was kind of rushed. Like it
Yeah,
was
like
just like travel, travel, travel. Shit goes crazy. The end of the story.
yeah, like I really expected more with the cannibals. Like it's a
Like
cannibal movie, and they were in
yeah,
it for
like,
like maybe 20 minutes.
exactly. And like if like because this movie is on Hulu if anybody wants to watch it. On Hulu, if you read the description, it says a sheriff battles cannibals to bring people back. And I
And
was
it's
like,
funny because a
okay,
sheriff kills three. We're guessing at the end of the movie when you hear the
yeah,
three gunshots. Other
he
than
kills
that, Doc and
exactly,
Dwyer kills him.
exactly. And I'm like, okay. So when I heard about this, I was like, oh, this might be cool, like a final stand. The cannibals are coming into the town and stuff, and it's like, yeah, the cannibals came into town, stole. I mean, they were really trying to steal the Drifter by David Arquette because he messed up their burial ground. But I'm like, so they were in the town and only took three people. I was like, cool, and they killed a random
Stable
stable
boy.
boy and didn't eat him because they just felt like it.
Well, they did explain why they didn't eat that, but like
Yeah,
that
yeah,
just
that was yeah,
it was lazy.
yeah, lazy, and they wanted the horses so they could take the
Yeah,
people back.
and like
But
the other thing I
go ahead.
didn't like was like you know she was they were like asking her, she's like, how many cannibals do you have? And like she like paused, so she's like, we're so defeated. I was like, oh, she's gonna say like 100, like they have no chance. And she's like, 12. I'm like,
Yeah,
12, really?
exactly. And the other thing that I mean, I understand why they do it, but I sometimes have a problem with is when Arthur. I feel like the only reason Arthur survived is because he was religious, or is that just me?
um
It's like he got to the temple, prayed, and then just started dropping them.
I,
He just started
I wouldn't
dropping
really
them
say
left
it
and
was
right.
because of that. Like you kind of you knew once he woke up again that you're like, oh, he's gonna come save the day. Like
Yeah, I just felt like he was. I don't know. I felt like they really pushed him to be the savior, and I was like, this guy is not saving anybody.
yeah, like and not only that, but their cave is on this steep mountain. Like they look at it like
Steep mount, and you're telling me three healthy guys couldn't take down four of them or five of them, how many it was, trying to kill them, but the doctor's just go walking, and he's taking, or Arthur's just walking through taking people out.
yeah, limp. He's crawling for half of it because
Like the one guy killed 116 Indians or
yeah,
Native
Doc.
Americans, and he gets killed within 5 minutes. But the crippled, can kill everybody.
Yeah, and that's the other thing. They with Doc's character reminded me of Halloween Ends, where like this strong character who's killed
Yeah,
this many,
just
just like
get killed, and
kills
you're just
one and
like,
die. And I don't know if they did it just to be like, well, this is how powerful this group of natives are.
yeah, and that could be. I just felt like that was kind of. I was like, okay, you're kind of stretching a little bit
And
here.
the one person who I expected to die was the one person that survived,
Exactly.
because
I mean,
not I
not even a
expected
scene later, they were talking about Green Gar or whatever it is, and the next scene he's thriving. Well, not thriving, but he's doing better.
yeah, because I expected Patrick Wilson's character to die, and the
Yeah.
secondary sheriff, who's this old guy who like can
Yep.
barely move because he's so old. Somehow he doesn't even get hit throughout all this. Like,
He
not even
gets
with
hit
an
in the
arrow.
head.
Well, he gets knocked out. But,
Yeah.
like, you know, the sheriff gets shot by his own gun. He gets shot with an arrow. Doc gets obliterated. Like,
Yeah.
but the two men who I expected, like, oh, you're at least going to get hurt. Nothing happens to them. They just walk home.
Yeah, exactly.
And so, I don't know. And the other thing I didn't like was, like, these people are supposed to be, like, this crazy group. But they have a cave for prisoners that they eat, which makes sense because they're cannibals. Mm-hmm. But outside of the cave, they don't even have huts or, like, they just sleep in a bush. They don't have a campfire. Like, are they eating people that fast? They just eat them all in one sitting, and that's, like, you don't see, like, bones anywhere. Like, it's just, there's this random, like, fire pit in the middle, though, but they didn't cook the people on the fire. They brought them outside of the cave, so I don't know. There was a couple things that just didn't make any sense to me, but overall, I like the movie. If you want to watch it, or interested in cannibals, or ask for if we recommend that you watch it, I say go for it. It's on Hulu, like Nicholas said. Bone Tomahawk. But, I mean, don't go in there expecting, like, oh, this is going to be the horror movie of the century. Like,
yeah.
It's honestly not even that scary. The other thing I liked is the natives look good. Like, I like the way they look. They didn't look like this random person with a bow. Like, they look like beasts. Like, they look like they would eat people and mess some people up.
Exactly.
So I like that. They did good with that. But yeah, that's it for Bone Tomahawk. I'm happy we watched that one. I honestly think I liked it better than Salem's Lot, but that's just because I like cannibals more than vampires.
Yeah.
But I guess that's it for our main movie, guys. I do want to say, please follow in or tune in on next episode, which will be released on Christmas Day. It will be a Christmas special. We got some surprises planned for you guys. Got an extra skit in there, and we're excited that you guys are going to spend your holidays with us.
Yeah.
Got anything else, Nix?
No, not really. I mean, I enjoyed the movie this week. I mean, it is a very good movie to watch, and
it's not exactly what I expected either. Like, it says that it's about cannibals, but, like, I didn't expect it like that.
I expected more of a fight. Yeah.
And the last one I watched was Green Inferno, so I was very nervous. Yep. But
yeah,
I like this movie. I thought it was good. Go watch it, guys. If you don't like gore, probably stay away from it.
Yeah, exactly.
But
yeah, I mean, just stay curious and keep watching films.
Yeah, and keep listening to us.
Yeah.
And give us a like and a follow if you like more stuff. We're releasing every 2 weeks on Thursdays. So we were a little upset we didn't realize we were releasing on Thanksgiving. Otherwise we would have done the Thanksgiving movie, but maybe we could still do that on maybe next year if it's close to Thanksgiving. But yeah. Make sure you tune in with us on next episode. Next episode is Nick's. It's your movie. Would you like to tell them what it is?
The title of the next movie will be...
Yeah. So we're excited to do that Christmas episode. We're both big on Christmas movies, so we're excited for the next episode. We're happy that it's released on Christmas Day, too.
Exactly.
So, thanks for tuning in to another episode of Film Frenzy, and we'll catch you on the next one.
See you, everybody.
Peace.